Hello, I am Joy Onyeso, your host of the Friday Night Hangout. I am delighted to formally welcome you to our first season, season 6. Yay! This is our first season in the year 2022. Friday Night Hangout is a community of like-minded individuals who are willing to give themselves the permission to play full out by learning, unlearning, and relearning skills, strategies, and attitudes required to live a life of unlimited abundance, both in their personal and professional lives. This season, we would start off with conversations on repositioning yourself for growth, understanding value leading relationship that takes you to the next level. And we will also be talking about breaking bias for gender and development. I want you to come fully loaded on board into this season. So invite your family, your friends, your loved ones. Come, let us learn and celebrate ourselves in this first season of the year, episode 81 of our season 6. Now, if you want to change the results you've been getting over the years, you have to change the way you do things. And in this season, we are giving you that opportunity to learn new strategies and skills. I look forward to engaging with you every Friday night at 7 p.m. West African time on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Make it a date with me. You wouldn't regret being part of this tribe. See you on the next episode of Friday Night Hangout. Hello, I'm so excited to be back here with you all. Happy new month. We all made it to the month of April. I don't know about you, but every day you wake up is an opportunity to just celebrate yourself and celebrate the grace of God upon your life. It's not easy to see a new month. And the fourth month, the second quarter of the year 2022. So I wanted to celebrate yourself. Let me see your thank God it's Friday. Happy new month, happy new month, happy new month, happy new month. And for me, I'm so excited to be back home. Back to base. It's not easy to travel and then come back safely. And when you do, you need to be grateful. So I'm grateful. Good evening, Ozioma. I see you, DJ Floxy. Who else is here? Every other person, good evening. I can't see your name yet, but if I do, I'll give a shout out. So thank you for joining in early. I'm just excited. Oh my goodness. The travels were the travels. Oh my goodness. Coming back was something else. Come back was something. I'm very happy that I finally made it. I'm back here. Back to Adeze. She's right here. Back to my family, back to home. I'm happy. What are you grateful for this week? What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? I see Honorable Godnachi. Thank God it's Friday. Thank you for joining in. I want to just think about one thing, just one thing you're grateful for. What's that thing you're grateful for this week? Put it in the chat box. Put it in the chat box. Yes, Ozima, thank God for a safe trip. Thank God for a safe trip. And formally welcoming everyone to another episode of Friday Night Hangout. If this is your first time of joining us, welcome. This is Friday Night Hangout. And here we have conversations on topical issues. We learn new skill sets. We have interactive conversation. We learn and then we relearn. I tell you, this is a safe space. No judgment space. You come, you learn, you share, you interact. The energy here is positive, it's high. I just want you to feel at home and just feel comfortable. Now, I remain your host. I'm Joy Onyeso. For those of you who don't know me, it's always a pleasure to be here with you every Friday night hanging out. And this month of April, we're going to be having conversation on health and wellness. Yes, health and wellness is a conversation we just can't have enough of, especially as women. Especially as women, we carry a lot of burden. We look after everyone else but ourselves. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at how we can take care of ourselves as women, the different aspects of our health, and the totality of our wellness. Yes, the totality of our wellness. So this month of April, I want you to start making a commitment towards your health and wellness. What is it that you've not been doing? What is it that you've been working on and you want to improve on? I want you to set expectations for yourself this April. So by the time we're done with our conversation, you can really look back and say, oh, yes, I did this and I did this well. I met my expectation. Njideka says, what's wait, is it only me that has network issues, or is it doing April Fool? Yeah, April Fool, first day of April. Well, the network is challenging, but remember, we're always resilient. I don't think it's just you. The network's a bit challenging today. So if you're just joining in, I want to see your TGIF. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Confidence. Welcome, Njideka. Welcome, Chinyere. I see you. Thank you, Zioma, DJ Floxy. Welcome. And without wasting much time, we're going to go into our conversation. Health and wellness. Oh my goodness. Remember when we had this conversation last year, we looked at different aspects of the women's health. We talked about sexual reproductive health. We looked at menopausal health. We looked at a whole lot of things. So this month of April is we're going to go the same direction, but in different. We're going to have different thematic conversations for the next couple of weeks. Today, we're going to focus on our mental and emotional health. And this is coming at the right time. It's very apt for some reasons. The first one is we're starting a new quarter, and this is the right time for you to set goals for the next 90 days. If you want to set goals for just April, please go ahead and do that. If you want to set goals for 60 days or for the next quarter, please go ahead and do that. And I want you to set very specific goals on your health and wellness. So as we have this conversation tonight, I want you to take out your writing materials and write down your reflection, write down your commitment and your key takeaway. I want your key takeaway to be actionable takeaway. What do I mean by that? Things you're going to commit to doing. Now, you're not doing it for me or for anyone else, but for yourself. I want to keep seeing you on every Friday night by 7 p.m. I want to see you here. And so I want you to take steps to ensure that you live a healthy and a wealthy life. It starts from lifestyle reorientation, becoming aware, especially for those of us who are already middle age, going into menopause, those have hit menopause. It becomes even more important, very more important that you pay attention to your health. So when you hear health is wealth, it's not an understatement at all. Most of us wave it off. We don't have time to go for checkups. We don't have time to take care of ourselves. Even very simple things, changing the diet. I'm guilty. Most times we're all guilty. We have sweet palates. We want that chocolate. We want to take excess soft drink, fizzy drinks, and these are not doing us any good. So we're going to make it very simple, keep it very real. And as usual, I would say, put your conversation in the chat. We all read. I read, I learn. Our sisters in the tribe and our brothers in the tribe, they all read, they learn. And please share. Just share so that we can all grow together. Yes, Honorable Gonachi, set goals for the next 90 days. Exactly. So if you haven't done that, I want you to start thinking about it. We've learned the lessons from the first quarter, January to March. How well did you fare in the goals you set for yourself? I don't want you to beat up yourself. Life does happen. We get carried away. And now is another time for you to revalidate those goals and put them down. The book of Habakkuk says, write it down. So whoever reads the vision may run with it. It also applies to your goals. If you write it down, you can always read it, remember, come back to it, tweak it, and you keep it in your memory. It drives you. So what is going to drive you for the next 30 days? 60 days or 90 days. And very specifically, I want you to have goals on health, on your health. What goals are you going to take on your health? Now, let's go into our conversation on mental and emotional health. I'm so high on this topic tonight because I don't know how many of you saw the video of one of a celebrity's brother that came on social media to call out his sister and said all kinds of things against her and all that. I also read her response, stating a lot of things she has done. Basically, the brother was calling her out that she's not taking care of the family, she's not looking after him, and all of that. And I read some responses, a lot of people citing the adult who has refused to do a lot of work for himself. I don't need to hear the side story of the sister because if you keep saying, even though she has written her side and we read it, but if you are in a place that you feel you're not valued, you're not getting the worst, then you leave. No one is tying you down to that place. You leave and find something else to do. The most important thing is you being responsible, um, of to take care of your family. Is your responsibility as a man or as a woman to contribute and ensure that you take care of your family. It's nobody else's responsibility to do that. Now, I want to look at the aspect of that conversation that happened on social media that borders on our mental and emotional health. Can you put yourself in the shoe of the lady whose brother called her out? Now you are watching a brother you love so much, a sibling, an older sibling, saying all manner of things against you on the social media, and it's going public. You're also reading the comments, some hate comments, some supportive comments. I just want you to imagine, how would you feel? How would you feel? Now, that is one instance. Some of us have been in shoes where a trusted friend betrayed our confidence, a relative called us out unjustifiably, a lot of things. Maybe we're in a marriage, the marriage is going south, things are not working, we're being violated emotionally, you know. And the question is, how do you, one, prevent yourself from being in such a situation? And two, what do you do when you find yourself in a toxic relationship, either with your spouse, with your sibling, with your friend, with your relative? What action can you take? And finally, how does it impact on your overall health? Remember that we're having conversation on health and wellness, and we're looking at the totality of it. But for our conversation tonight, we're going to focus on mental and emotional health. Thank you so much. Everybody got you says, I will feel terribly bad. Honestly, I'm not the one that was called that, but when I was listening to him, I couldn't help the tears. I got very emotional. I couldn't help the tears that were dropping down. At some point, I even got upset. I'm like, what? First of all, why bring it to the social media? Let's assume that it's true. Why bring it to the social media? Is the social media going to solve the situation? When you want to solve such a conflict situation, social media is not going to solve it. She's your sibling, your younger sibling. You could have as well reached out to her. And that's how some of us feel when we go through situations and we ask ourselves, why didn't he come to me? Why didn't she just tell me how she felt? Why did she have to go telling others? Why did she have to call me out like that? And if you're not careful, people could dump a lot on you, make you feel guilty. They play victimhood. They hurt you and they play victimhood. And they dump all their baggage on you. Now, woman, listen to me. If you're watching this tonight, or you know of anyone that is going through emotional and mental health crisis, please invite the person. We're going to be having this conversation for the next 45 minutes. Just do please invite the person to come online. And I want us to be as real as possible. You know, one of the things I love about you, the Friday Night Hangout tribe, is we keep it real. We say it as it is and no judgment. And I want us to come into that space tonight. Do not look at this as one of those conversations. I would be spending my time every Friday, 1 hour, having these conversations if I do not honestly believe that I could create a change, I could create an impact with the conversation we have. This is one platform that I've dedicated myself um, to having conversations that could change narratives, that could empower women. And for me, even if it's only one person that gets impacted, is a lot. I look more at the spiral effect. I don't look at all the numbers. I look at the spiral effect. An empowered person can touch another empowered person, can touch another empowered person. And that's what we aim to do with the conversations we have on the Friday night hangouts. So when you're putting things in the chat box, I want you to be very deliberate and intentional, knowing that we're a community, and a lot of people can be drawing strength and inspiration from you. And if you have issues that you need us to talk about, please use the chat box. That's why we're here. No judgment. That's why we're here. Chinelo says sometimes we use social media wrongly. Exactly. I've always said this and I'm reiterating it again. The social media can be a very powerful tool to build or to break. Now, it depends on you, the user, to decide what you want to use it for. Do you want to use it to build or do you want to use it to destroy? Let's be intentional. There are certain things you do that you can never change. For instance, that conversation the young man had on this social media is viral. No matter what happens tomorrow, he can't go retrieve it. He can't go retrieve it. And the sister is a human being. Each time she comes across it and watches it, it's going to touch a certain aspect of herself, of her. And that's what happens to us. So when people spew words, when people spew actions on you, you have the option of believing, accepting it, or walking away. Now, violence is never an option, it's never a response. I keep saying this, and I have no regrets about that. Violence never responds to issues, it doesn't solve any issue, it creates more issues. So, I want you to begin to ask yourself, what drains me as a person? What drains me? This speaks to you understanding who you are, understanding what makes you feel energized, what makes you feel positive, what makes you feel powerful. And I want you to remain in that space. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have life happening where situations happen, where situations drain you. But then I want you to be very intentional about safeguarding that your mental health. I want to be very intentional about safeguarding your emotions. If not, people will mess you up. You haven't you seen people that are going through a heartbreak, they're in a very deep relationship, and the partner or spouse hurts them, and the next thing they have mental illness, they lose it. On the sideline, you may be saying, hmm, is it just because of this small thing she lost her mind? Yes, to you it's small, but to the person going through it is huge. It's huge. I want us to learn to be more intentional and kind when we deal with ourselves. Stella says some family members are enemies indeed. So true. Honorable Godachi says toxic relationship with siblings is a very bad thing. If I have tried in the past and the sibling or siblings refuses to change, I will ignore and move on to avoid draining me emotionally. Exactly. Now, the key thing I want to put out, I love your point, Honorable Godachi, and I want to build on that. Now, most times we make the mistake of thinking that we can change adults. It happens in relationships, whether it be your spouse, your partner, your adult children, your adult siblings. It is not your responsibility to change an adult. You have a responsibility to love, no matter what you love. But listen, you can love from afar. Do not love to the extent that you allow the person to drown you. Now, I am not an advocate of you just walking away. No. Give room for conversation, give room for dialogue. Because sometimes it may be that the person is not seeing things from your perspective. But like Honorable Gonachi said, when you have tried to reach out, when you have tried to explain, and you see that this person is bent on not listening, this person is bent on draining you, and you just need to protect yourself. Listen, you live to fight another day. You cannot allow yourself to be drowned. A lot of diseases, ask your doctor, cancer, a lot of diseases come from stress. from emotional distress. It is not when you're going through it. Maybe you've gone through it for the 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. It manifests into other things. You see, the way God created the body, they're all interconnected. Ear, nose, throat connected. You wonder how what is happening in your throat affects your mouth, affects your nose, affects your ears, affects your heart, affects your ankles. Our body system are all connected. So imagine what hits at your heart continuously is affecting a lot of the organs in your body, and it manifests into physical diseases. So even though we in this climb, when I say climb in Nigeria, we don't place a lot of emphasis on mental and emotional health. I want us to begin to think about it in this month of April. Set specific targets for yourself. What is your boundary when it comes to emotional and mental health? How do you want to safeguard it? What drains you? You need to by now have identified what kind of things drain you, what kind of situations drain you. Now, there are people that can also drain you. Haven't you noticed that there are certain persons you go to, by the time you stay with them, the effort you put into managing the conversation and everything, by the time you're leaving, you feel as if you fought a battle. Oh my goodness. Am I speaking to somebody here? Am I talking to someone here? The effort you put into managing the conversation, the time you spend with the person, by the time you're leaving, you're saying, oh my goodness, Afana. And in English, it means the name of God. You're like saying, oh, thank you, Jesus. And you're drained. You just want to go back and catch your rest. Because managing adults, like Nodi said, is one of the most difficult things to do. You can't even change people. So if you find out that you're in a space or with somebody that drains you, my sister, my brother, excuse yourself. Now, this is it. You mustn't quarrel with the person. You mustn't be at enmity with the person. I keep telling people, you don't all have to like me. It's not possible. If everyone likes me, then there's a problem. And if I like everyone, then it's also a problem. But at the same time, I don't have to be at enmity with anybody. I just excuse myself from your space because your space is not serving me. And I tell people, if you feel that my space is not serving you, you have every right to exclude me from that space. It's your right. You take it. It's my own right to stay away. You know, we need to start early to stop this entitlement mentality. Let people know that they need to earn. And I want to happen on family for tonight. Looking at emotional and mental health. I want to happen on family. Dear woman watching me. And I'm very emphatic on talking to you, my dear women, because we bear the brunt. You hear it from multiple people. You're not a good wife. You're not a good partner. You're not a good sister. You're not a good daughter. And you're killing yourself. You're struggling. And nobody is asking you, how are you? How are you doing? It's always give me. They're pulling you. You're trying to validate. You're trying to prove. Listen to me tonight. You have nothing to prove to anyone. You don't have to prove that you're a good daughter. You don't have to prove that you're a good wife. You don't just do the needful. Do not kill yourself trying to prove things. No, you don't have anything to prove or defend. It's because we consistently think that we have something to prove, something to defend, something to hide. We're all stressed out, trying to, what will they say? Who will say? My dear, people will say. Do what you know is right. As a daughter, you owe your parents a level of responsibility. Take care of them. But don't let anyone emotionally blackmail you into doing what you can't afford to do. I see it a lot with women. Nobody's asking us how we're doing. You're pouring out yourself. You're not Jesus Christ. Christ has poured out himself for us. We don't need a second Christ to pour out ourselves. No one is going to give you a badge of honor. Those people you think cannot live without you, unfortunately, when they push you to your death or to a terminal disease, you will be the one to bear the brunt alone. You feel the pain, you feel the pain, you feel the pain, and you pay the ultimate price. No one is going to give you the badge of honor. So quit trying to to prove things to anyone. I keep saying this when we talk about being a power woman. Being a power woman is not about absorbing everything and carrying the load of the world. Being a power woman is about you knowing your boundary, you being, willing to share your vulnerability and say, you know what, I can't do this. This is my boundary. I need to take care of me. I need your support to take care of me. That is being a power woman. That is being courageous. You're having headache, you're having fear, you're feeling sick, and you're struggling. You won't stop. You won't rest. What? You need to be alive to eat the harvest of the seed you're sowing today. So one of the prayers I pray earnestly, I keep telling God, I said, Papa, I will not sow this seed. And then when it's time for me to eat my harvest, I'll be found missing or I'll be bedridden with one disease. It's not, oh no, God, I said, it will not be my portion. It's not something that will happen to me. I'm going to be very deliberate about it. And it starts from you being very aware and conscious that you need to manage your emotional and your mental health. Don't allow anyone to manipulate you. We have people who are manipulative. Oh, goodness. There's a case I'm dealing with now. This lady is so manipulative. She's so cunning, so manipulative, and then she wants to play the victimhood. When you see such people, it's not your business to cure them. It's not your business to change them. You're not a professional. And even if you are, there's a level you get to, you allow certain persons be. You walk away, detach yourself. It may be difficult, especially when it's an emotional relationship, for you to detach yourself from someone who serially, without any remorse, tears you down, watches you cry, causes you so much hurt, and feel no remorse about it. My dear, it's time. It's time. It's time to safeguard your emotions. Exactly. I will be alive to enjoy the seed I am sowing. Amen. Be at peace with them, but draw boundaries. If you tolerated it in the past, let them know it is enough. If you do not say it is enough, no one is going to tell you it's enough. They'll be sucking you like orange, sucking you, sucking. When they finish sucking you, they will discard you and move on to the next victim. No one will give you an award. When we talk about our health and wellness, we don't pay attention to our mental health or emotional health. Please, I need us in this new quarter. This is the second quarter of 2022. Step back and reevaluate your life. Step back and reevaluate your relationships. Once people know that you're kind-hearted, they will want to squeeze you and they will manipulate you. I remember some people will come in my inbox on Facebook and they will make some demands. And politely, sometimes I don't even see it. But when I see it after a long while, I'll say, oh, I'm sorry. I usually will start out by apologizing and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your message on time. And if it's what I can do, I will let you know. 98% of what I do, I don't even put it on social media. Those around me, my team members know that I don't. 98% of what I do in terms of charity, I don't put it on social media. And someone will come to my inbox to want to manipulate me and tell me that God has blessed you, you don't want to help us, I will just block you. I don't even need to respond to you. That's how they start. Entitlement. They want to manipulate you, project things on you, and then you'll be feeling, oh, I have to prove to them that I am nice. I have to prove to them that I am kind. I am not wicked. Ooh. Say whatever you want to say. I will do what I can do. Who are you pleasing? You see, especially on the social media, I want you to be very, very wise and discerning. People will know your mumu body. They say, oh, this person, that's what she's nice. She does this, she does, and then they'll be inviting people to come to you to suck you. And then they want to take advantage of you. Yes, Stella, they want to take advantage of you and make you feel guilty. Our parents are not left out. There's some parents whose sole responsibility is to manipulate their children and make them feel guilty. Whose sole responsibility is to pit siblings against siblings. They will tell one sibling and nothing, tell the other sibling, and then they will enjoy siblings. Especially when they know you're soft-hearted. That's why I say you need a spirit of discernment. You need wisdom. Don't get so emotional that you allow people manipulate you, mess you up, and then you're always flip-flopping to make people happy. Stop it. Safeguard your mental and emotional health. Safeguard it. It's when you feel that you have to show people, you have to prove to somebody. When I don't have it, I don't have it to give to you. And I will tell you, oh, go say what you want to say. I don't have it to give to you. It's not convenient for me to give to you. I'm not led to give to you. Or I decide not to even respond to you. It's my right. Don't allow anybody to manipulate you. We're going through a lot as women. Some of us do not have who to tell. I know a lot of us here, even those of you listening to me, you're having situations in your life, in your home. Just one or two of these things I've mentioned. And we can't share it because we don't want people to judge us, because we don't want people to carry our stories. You're bearing the burden. And these manipulative people are counting on the fact that you wouldn't want to share the story with anyone. I'm sure that young man that came on social media, he felt he was shaming his sister. And he came out to show us how insensitive and entitled that he is. You want to, you don't even know what people are going through. You don't even know what they're going through in their space. And you want to add on top of it. Allow people to do what they're comfortable to do. Stop. If you're among those that pressurize people, manipulate people, please stop it from today. Stop emotionally manipulating people. And then another bit is, some people, when they know that you love them, when they know that you care for them a lot, they manipulate you. They start manipulating you because they feel that you can't do without them, you can't leave them, you can't walk away. But I tell you, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at the energy you will get when you've been scarred, you'll be brutalized. No one will tell you to walk away from that toxic relationship. Some people are even narcissists. They want to control you and they will appear nice. And people will say, why is she complaining about this man? Why is he complaining about this woman? This nice woman. Man, that woman and man that you're seeing there, when you go inside, they are terror. And they want to paint you as the bad person. And especially if you're one that is outspoken, or you are really, people say, hey, she's always outspoken, she's always blunt. She did it. Listen, don't allow what people will say to drive you to doing things you can't do, to take things you can't handle. No one will look after you more than you look after yourself. That's the truth. No one will love you more than you will love yourself. Listen, you listening to me, you have the responsibility of showing people how to love you, how to care for you, how to value you. If you leave that power to them, they will tune you, manipulate you, and make a mess of you. At the end of the day, you find yourself, you're always crying, you're always having moody swings, you're always questioning yourself, feeling you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough. Oh my goodness, come out from that trap. It's a trap. Come out from that trap. Don't allow anyone to make you feel that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy enough. Don't allow anyone to do that to you. Take over that power back. Now, I am not saying you go around being arrogant and hurting people. No. With every right comes a measure of responsibility. And I want you to remember that. As much as you don't want people to hurt you, do not hurt people. I like to talk about the golden rule. Do unto others as you will do to yourself. If you don't want to feel pain, please don't give people pain. If you don't want to feel abused, please don't abuse people. Okay? Silas says, especially when they know you can help, the entitlement mentality. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. When people know you're kind and they feel you can help, they don't want to know what is happening with you at that point in time. Oh, Joy can help. She doesn't want to help me. She's wicked. And then maybe you go on to buy something for yourself and say, hey, I asked her for money. She refused to give me one. She has bought a car. She's building. She traveled. My dear, come out from there. Is it your money? Stop feeling entitled for what people have worked hard to earn. You have no right to tell people how to spend their money. You have no right to tell people how to who to give or who not to give. It's their hard-earned money. Stop feeling entitled, okay? And stop manipulating people if you're one of those that manipulate because you feel this person is nice, kind, loves me, cares for me. You do things and you think just saying sorry will fix it. It doesn't fix it all the time. Let me tell you what happens. Each time you hurt a kind person, you're creating a scar because the person will heal from the wound, the scar will remain. And by the time you keep layering on the scar becomes so thick that the person will stop feeling and you will not know when you will lose the person. Whether a sister, a friend, a partner, a spouse, a child, please be very mindful. Be very mindful. Let's treat others with kindness. Let's treat others with kindness. Even in your business, be mindful of those employees that will want to make you look bad because they don't want to keep to your policies. There are policies for things. And when you don't, you remind them of the policy. What to say? Please listen. Just do what is right, and ensure that you have a minimum standard that can cater for people, and that your organization can absorb, and that is people centered. You cannot please everyone. That's the truth. You can't please everyone. And when you try to please everybody, you know what happens? You lose yourself. You lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you know what happens? You feel sad. You feel stressed out. You feel dissatisfied. You feel unhappy. You grumble. And what happens to your mental health and to your other physical health? It starts manifesting. When we see our headache, when you keep having continuous headache, what happens? Sometimes people want to take substance to make them feel high because you've created a lot of problems for yourself by not drawing boundaries. No one is going to set boundaries for you. Your mental health, your emotional health is your business to safeguard. Let me tell you something. You can't be successful if you cannot manage your mental and your emotional health. Your success starts from there. Because if you're able to manage your emotions, you can set goals, you can set tasks, you can achieve them, you can evaluate, you can be objective in taking decisions. Because effective decision making also depends on your mental state and your emotional state. You can't take effective decisions if you're messed up emotionally and mentally. It's just like seeing a madman on the street, and then you ask the madman to advise your new decisions. Oh my goodness. Some of us mentally and emotionally, we've lost it. We're not stable. Now, this is another thing I want to tell you. In our climate, Nigeria, we don't like to seek professional help. I know you will say, oh, she's being psychotic. Please seek professional help. Sometimes you're going through stuff that you cannot manage. You need a therapist to help you make sense of it, to help you pull it out, to enable you step back and look at what you're going through. Whether you want to believe it or not, some of the things you go through impacts on you and you start projecting and acting out. You start projecting and acting out. So you will need a professional at some point if you find out that the baggage is so much. You need a professional to hold your hands and walk you through. Do not be ashamed to seek professional help. All right. So very soon we're going to be taking. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. How do you deal with? I know Honorable Gunachi says she walks away from toxic situations. I want to hear more from you. What experience have you had? How do you deal with it? Remember, we talked about understanding how it impacts on our health, on identifying a toxic relationship and walking away from it, safeguarding our emotional and mental health, and looking at strategies for managing toxic relationship. Looking at ways we can, safeguard our boundaries and teach people to value our boundaries, right? So we're going to go into that phase of conversation as we wrap up. But I want to see what you're feeling. I want to see it on the chat box. Put it on the chat box, right? Let me know what you feel. And what we're doing, I'm going to take an advert shortly. I don't know how many of you have registered for the Leave for Impact. Honestly, this is the last Friday. We're talking about this because this program is happening on Tuesday and Wednesday next week on Zoom. I have 4 amazing sisters. She's Anastasia. I call her Star. Some of you, and most of them have been on this show. We have Star, we have Dr. Dennis, we have Dr. Ali, and we have Terry Ward. It's going to be explosive. We're going to be having each day. We're going to have 2 of them come up and share their story of impact, letting us know how they discovered their voice, what it means to discover your voice. What is your voice in the first place? Some of us don't even know what our voice is. What is your voice? How can you use it to create impact? And part of discovering your voice ties into you understanding how to manage your mental and emotional health. You can't discover your voice, you can't create an impact if you've not learned how to manage your mental and emotional health. The link is in the chat box. It's just 90 minutes each day. On Tuesday, we're going to be live on Zoom, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. On Wednesday, we continue the conversation again, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. It is completely free, but you need to register. Completely free, but you need to register. So if you haven't registered, I call on you to take advantage. The link is in the chat box. Just click on it, register. And when we come back next week, Friday, I will want you to tell me what you got out of it. And just to put out that we're going to have special gifts for our Friday night hangout tribe that will come on the show. So when you come on, I need you to let me know you're there. We're going to use the chat box a lot. So when you come in there, you type in your name, where you're joining us from, and let me know you're a Friday night hangout tribe. When we come for the Friday night hangout next week, I'm going to have special gifts for you. And we're also going to recount the lessons you've learned. Listen, when we have things like that are free, take advantage of it. I do know a lot of people, even if it's free, would not value it. This kind of things are what helped me to be who I am today. I seek knowledge. When I get it, I apply it. And I'm inviting you that if you want to live a life of impact, or if you're currently on your journey, come and get revalidated, and come and learn, get some nuggets, revalidate what you're doing, hone your skill set. We're going to have 4 amazing women on the platform, and you don't want to miss it. I'm going to be showcasing these 4 women. I'm going to showcase 2 of them tomorrow, Saturday, and 2 of them on Monday. I would encourage you to go and read their bios, go to their pages, follow them, like them. You would see why we are having them on the platform on Tuesday and Wednesday. These are amazing women who are doing amazing things. Stella says, so click on the link, register, and I will see you Tuesday, Friday. Don't be left out. Do not say I did not tell you, okay? Click in, register, and we'll meet on the platform. Now, Stella says, I've had tons of toxic relationships with friends, families, and in-laws. It is so sad, but I used to judge myself in the past. But I'm privileged to live in a country where your level of exposure and thinking changes for better. So I don't give people access into my space for any reason, especially when I know you want to take advantage of my emotions, including my dear husband and children. I just love me and try to treat people with empathy. I love this, Stella. I love this. You're in a very good space. And this is exactly what we're talking about. You need to protect your space. It doesn't mean you need to love people less. Love them and teach them how to love you. Now, everyone have their own love language. Discover what yours is. And let your children know, let your partner know, let your husband know what your love language is. Even God, who created us, has a love language. And that's why it says that God inhabits in the praises of his people. When you praise God, when you come in thanksgiving, you feel his presence. That is his language. That is his language. You feel his presence immediately. And so for each one of us, we have our own language. It's all part of what you would be learning on Tuesday and Wednesday when you join us on Live to Impact. You would, if you don't know what your language is, if you don't know yourself, join us. If you're in the place where you're questioning certain things, join us and you get more insight into that. Now, I have an exciting news. Oh, somebody hold me, hold me. Oh, God. I'm so happy. I love to give freebies, but I also like people to invest. In as much as I give you, we have the Live to Impact is a free program, and it's going to be run monthly. So each month, by the grace of God, we'll come up with new topics, and it will be run monthly. So I would ask you to look out for it. It's one of the latest programs I've launched, free of charge, just to share my knowledge and those are in my tribe, in my network, to get people. Otherwise, you have to pay to listen to, come give us some nuggets, and then you get exposed to them and decide if you want to hang out with them as well and keep learning. But there are also certain knowledge you need to pay for, and that's the truth. If you want to go deep, if you want to build yourself to a sustainable level, you need to invest in yourself, time and financial resources as well. And like I said, today's conversation is fire. Oku. Thank you, Judeka. And I love to give gifts. Those of you know I love it. I love it. I love it. I also love when women invest in themselves. The She Speaks Summit is coming up. Thank you to all those who have registered. I can assure you that you're not going to regret registering. Immediately after the Live to Impact program, I will start unveiling one by one the different speakers we have for the She Speaks. This is our 5th-year anniversary. So She Speaks is going to be 5 years, June 24th and 25th. It's going to be our 5 years of hosting the She Speaks Summit. And honestly, it has only grown bigger. We have a lot of testimonies. Some of you are here right on the Friday night hangout. We have a lot of testimonies on the She Speaks Summit. And I would really encourage you. This year, we're talking about keep moving. Keep moving. We're going to look at the basics of business development, performance management, team building, your personal leadership, stress management, strategic vision, and planning. Oh, strategic vision planning, and oh my goodness, I'm really blown away at what we're going to be discussing. And we're also going to be looking at data protection, cyber security. Those of you who are the social media posting a lot of things, there's certain things you shouldn't post. Because even when you delete it, it's still there. People can access it. And then for those of you in business, how do you protect the knowledge you put forth that you want to, aside copywriting them? How do you protect your knowledge? How do you ensure that people are not stealing and plagiarizing your work? Listen, you need to be at the She Speaks Summit. So to make it to in the spirit of Easter, to make the VIP ticket readily available for a lot of people, we're running an Easter 72 hours Easter sales on just the VIP ticket. On just, yeah, you heard me right, just the VIP ticket. Now, the VIP ticket right now goes for 120,000 naira for the 2 days. Now, what is covered in that fee for the 2 days is your buffet breakfast, your lunch, buffet lunch, your souvenirs, and then the training materials you're going to have. That is what is covered in the VIP ticket. Then also, as a VIP participant, you get a breakfast session with me and a special guest of honor. I'm not going to tell you the special guest of honor. You get a one-on-one. So anything personal development, business development, bring it on. It's a lesser session where no boundaries. So we're going to sit with you for 3 hours having in-depth conversation for the VIP. You're going to have a breakfast session, beautiful meal where we're having nice meal. We're having ongoing training and coaching. It's an experience you wouldn't want to miss. So for 72 hours, starting on the April 11th to April 13th, is an Easter sales is coming up. Get ready. We're going to open up the sales on the 11th and it will shut down on the 13th. Now, we're giving out the VIP ticket for 85,000 naira for the 2 days. If you know the cost of things, you just know that this is totally complete discount. So for those of you who have been having questions on the VIP ticket, this is your opportunity. I've listened. I'm giving you a sales. So you want to have the VIP experience. This is it. Get ready. We're going to open up the sales 11th of April, and it will shut down 13th of April. I'm going to put this on my walls in the coming days. So this is just with the first hour, as usual. I would always bring out any sales first of all to my Friday night hangout tribe. You know I love you all a lot, so I bring it out here first of all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gradually wrapping up. I do hope that you take advantage of the sales. You get more information on my wall, business wall, and Facebook wall. And I also want to encourage you, please do share this video. We've had very good conversation tonight, and a lot of women and men would need to listen to this conversation. So please do share this conversation. After each episode, please do share. This is knowledge, is free. Invite people to sit in, let people watch the replay, and just share this information. Okay, great. Now, in wrapping up, remember what we talked about today. Today is the first Friday in the month of April, and in this month of April we're discussing health and wellness. Today we had conversation on safeguarding your mental and emotional health. I hope you got value. I want to see on the chat box, what are your takeaways? Who is going to give me one takeaway? One takeaway. What are you leaving the conversation tonight with? Remember, I told you I want you to make a commitment to yourself. 30 days goal, 60 days, 90 days, whichever one you can do. Set target for your mental and emotional health. I want you to be very specific what you want to do. Write it down, read it, and work towards it. Be very clear. How are you going to achieve that goals? Write it down. But on this chat, just tell me your takeaway. Stella says, awesome time with you. Oh, thank you so much for always joining in, my sister Stella, all the way from Connecticut, USA. Thank you for always joining us in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so I hope you had a lot of value tonight. I did, just reading your chat and engaging with you. I love doing this with you. I just love doing this with you every Friday. I do not take it for granted at all. Every Friday you turn up, you show up. And it's because you show up that we're here. I remember last week I talked about our second year anniversary for the Friday Night Hangout. Oh my goodness. I'm super excited. Our second year anniversary is coming up next month, May. And to celebrate the second year anniversary of the Friday Night Hangout, we're launching our Friday Night Hangout book. What we've done with this book, for those of you who find it difficult to watch all the videos, is that we're compressing all the conversations we've had in the last 2 years. We're distilling, editing, and compiling them into thematic areas, and we're going to, publish it. So you can actually have your Friday night hangouts on the go. So you can make reference to some of the conversations we've had, action points, reflection points, to-do lists. It's really going to be very interactive. So I want you to get ready for our second year anniversary. Our first year anniversary was lit. This second year anniversary, we're planning it big. We're going to have a physical celebration of the second year anniversary. Physical, it's going to be a hybrid celebration, physical and virtual. For those that cannot come physically, then you can join us virtually. And I want you to get ready. It's not going to be a large audience. We're only going to select a few that will attend the party for the Friday night hangout. And we're going to look at some criteria for those that are going to invite to join us. And that's anniversary. I have a lot planned. Let me not tell you so much. Let me leave it first. But I just want to tell you, get prepared. Get prepared. It can only get better with the Friday night hangout. It can only get better, right? Stella says, I took a decision with myself long time ago, with my soul long time ago, to love me, treat others the way I would have them treat me, but I stay away. I think that's stay away. I stay away as human. I didn't say this. I don't know. Okay, basically she's saying she treats others like she wants to be treated, and she safeguards her space. And Jessica says it's 2 years already. How time flies. Oh yes, it's 2 years already. I can't even believe it. I will talk about that in the month of May, honestly. I can't believe it that we've been doing this. And I just want to use this time out to say thank you. Thank you for trusting me and showing up every Friday night. Thank you for trusting me and just tuning in every Friday. I do not take it for granted because without you, there will be no Friday night hangout. Listen, if you've not done something consistently, you don't understand what I'm talking about. To have this show every Friday, it's not been a walk in the park for me, but it just shows you how committed I am to you and to this tribe. Um, it's a free platform. We use this platform to exchange information, and I've gotten a lot of testimonies from this platform. I will talk about that next month, honestly. But I'm so emotional about the Friday night hangout. I just came in today, and here am I. I'm so exhausted. But I said, no, I have to do this with my tribe. I need to see you all. I need to have conversations with you. And I'm so happy that you all did turn up. It's really been an amazing conversation with you today. And I really want to encourage you. I know the struggle you're going through. I may not be in that shoes, but I understand. I understand how it feels like because I've walked down my own path before. And you may feel that nobody understands you, and nobody understands. But listen, I want you to go soft on yourself. I want you to love you. Love you. If you don't love yourself, there is no how anyone else will love you. I want you to know that you are enough as you are. God never makes a mistake. He created you as a unique being, as a unique woman, as a unique man. So love you. Some of us may take these things for granted. If you are lucky to be in a relationship or to have a support system that validates you, you're lucky. So many women do not have that. And that's why I keep asking us to be kind. Let's be kind how we treat ourselves. Let's be kind how we communicate. You don't know what the next person is going through. You just do not know. I shared a story some time ago when my daughter was going through fracture and someone was lashing out on me that you're not answering, you're not picking. Because I was dealing with my own issues. I was broken in my own corner. And the person did not know. They were just bothered about how I'm not answering, how I'm not solving their issues. Listen, you don't know what people are going through. Dear woman, you are unique. You are loved. If no one has told you, I'm telling you tonight that when I say I love you, honestly, I mean it. I love you and I honor you and I definitely celebrate you. And take this from me. I may not tell it to you one on one, but when I say it here, I mean it and I do know how it feels like. And that is why I'm telling you that I love you. And I need you to love yourself. I need you to protect your mental health. I need you to protect your emotional health. Do not allow people to manipulate you. Don't. Teach people how to value you. You are worthy to be loved. No one is doing you a favor loving you, my dear sister. Nobody. Nobody is doing you. So if you're in a relationship where your children make you feel they're doing you a favor loving you, your partner makes you feel is a favor loving you, your siblings, please step back. You are worthy to be loved. No one is doing you a favor. Love you and tell them you are not doing me a favor loving me. You are worthy to be loved. And I need you to receive it until you learn how to receive it. I don't know about you, but I feel so deeply about this conversation tonight. And I do know that somebody here needs to hear this. Somebody here needs to hear this. Safeguard your mental and emotional health, especially at a time like this where the love of a lot of people have grown cold and they do not care how much pain they inflict on you or the sense of entitlement they are carrying up like a big house. It's not your business to change an adult. You owe them love, but know that you can love from afar. Know that you can love her from afar. And the Bible says, love your neighbor as you would love yourself. As you would love yourself. The Bible tells our men, love your wife as you would love yourself. So if you do not love yourself, how can you love the next person? Love is an action word. Love is an action word. So it means that when you love yourself, you need to take action towards protecting yourself, gifting yourself, being kind to yourself, taking yourself out. Do not wait for people to take you out. I do that a lot. Taking that, you don't need to break the bank. You don't need to. What you can afford. If it's a bottle of Coke and you sit there and watch and smile and feel happy, learn to be comfortable with yourself. Learn to appreciate your own. You need to have a relationship with yourself. When you do this, it becomes easier for you to set boundaries. It becomes easier for you to manage your mental and your emotional health. I hope I spoke to your soul today. I hope you've taken down notes of what you want to do moving forward. I'm deeply, deeply inspired to tell you to set goals for yourself for your mental and emotional health in this month of April. This is the beginning of the new quarter. Set it as one of your goals. It is not an afterthought, it is part of your goal. In fact, at the center of your goal. You can't be successful without having a strong emotional management system or having a good management of your mental health. Please, my dear sister, my brother, love yourself. No one can do you like you do you. No one can love you like you love you. I look forward to seeing you next week, Friday, where we continue our conversation on health and wellness. I do hope you got a lot of value from tonight's conversation. If you did, please do share this video, put it in the chat box. I want to read it. I take time to read all your comments even after the show, and I watch the show even after the show. Yes. So I want to see your comments. Please do share this and love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Thank you to my team who have made this possible. I appreciate you for all you're doing. Thank you for all the work that goes up behind the scene to make this a reality. God bless you. And for all of you who tuned in today, God bless you, bless you, bless you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you so much. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Don't forget to register for the Leave to Impact. The registration is still on. Link is on the chat box. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday and Wednesday next week before I see you on Friday. All right? Stay blessed until I see you next week, Friday. For now, is bye. I love you. Keep loving yourself. And remember, protect your mental and emotional health. Your health is your wealth. Love you all. Love you. And see you next week. Bye for now. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.